Well, are you a complainer? You know, complainers are not pleasant to be with or to be around. And I have to say, even God doesn't enjoy the complainer. You know, having an upbeat and positive attitude, it's more than just personality. It is actually an expression of faith, of acceptance of the will of God in a situation, of knowing there's always a bright side to the will of God if we wait for it. Whereas negativity and complaining can be expressions of grief and even rebellion against God. We need to be very careful of our words and realize that it's out of the abundance of the heart that the mouth speaks. Our words expose what is in our heart. So welcome to this week's Shabbat Shalom devotional, when I seek to share a little inspiration and bring a little peace to the close of your very busy week. This week's Torah portion is in the book of Numbers, chapters 16 through 18. Rebellion against Moses and Aaron by the sons of Korah, who are Levites. They expressed their complaining, and they did it as a group. You know, there's a healthy place for making a complaint, but this was not that. This was when an instigator led the whole group to complain against the leadership of Moses and Aaron, not complain about a specific task or problem or action, but complaining about their position of leadership, knowing God had chosen and appointed both of them. This is rebellion. It is a sin. This was not about Moses or Aaron, but was a rejection of God's choice and his direction. So God judged them for it and then reaffirmed the leadership of Aaron and Moses. You know, last week we talked about the spies, and their complaints were expressions of their unbelief. And God saw it as a rejection of him, his power to deliver them and to protect his people. It was also a rejection of his will, because the promised land was his gift to his children. He had told them he was going to give it to them. And when they refused to go in, it was a rejection of his gift. He took it all very personally. Well, this week, the Levites are complaining against his choice of leaders for his people. And so God saw this as a rejection of him, of his choice, of his will. So we need to be very careful with our words and what condition of the heart that they are expressing. Are our words and attitudes expressing the humility of Moses, who accepted God's will for his life and his calling, no matter how difficult? Or are our words expressing the faith of Joshua and Caleb, who acknowledged God's power to deliver them and to give them the promised land? Or are we the rebellious complainers, rejecting God and his will for our life, and perhaps his will in others' lives that we disagree with? So being upbeat and positive is more than just a personality. It is an expression of your heart. It can be expression of faith and acceptance of the will of God, that we're looking for that silver lining behind every cloud because of our faith and our trust in God. So as you take a Shabbat break this weekend, maybe you need to assess your recent attitudes and words. Make sure you're walking in faith and honoring the Lord's will in your life and in those around you. And with that, I wish you Shabbat Shalom.